We have Jazz here now, and the reason she is on is to tell us about this women's division in SWE Fury. Christy James just won the ladies title from Miranda Gordy at the last set of tapings. That match hasn't aired yet, but it will be in the coming weeks. What are your thoughts on the status of the women's division right now, Jazz?
Can you hear me? First of all, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm so excited about the women's division. It's something that we've been working on for a while now. Each show, it seems to get better and better with the help of James and Teddy and Tom and everybody. We're most definitely, putting in more effort towards the women division, and right now it's looking pretty daggum strong. I'm stoked about it.
So I was asking James earlier, maybe you have some more insight into it regarding the opponents for Christy James, her first title defense. Is it Miranda Alizé, as James was speculating about?
Still a little unsure, but been having a little discussion here in the last few days, and it may be Sue Young. So that's gonna be, I think, an interesting matchup between Sue and our champion Christy James.
I see, and I guess she's in Brazil. Let's hope that there's no issues getting her back to.
I know, right?
So
yeah, I should say, I'm as in my position as the director of talent, we really felt like Jazz would be the perfect person to handle the women's division. And you asked me questions about it, and I'd have to defer to Jazz on whatever she finally ended up deciding, because she will actually be the one that makes the decision about who Christy goes against. So my speculation is just speculation.
Yeah, we still work together, but yeah, we're thinking it's gonna be Sue Young on February the 6th.
So when exactly did Jazz take over, and how did that process go about finding her? I know she is a former SWE Fury ladies champion, as well as holding all the other titles that you've had over the years.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a no-brainer for me. I mean, like I think I probably said on the last podcast, I've known Jazz since the first time she stepped into a wrestling ring, and we've been friends and like family really since that time. And when she decided she wanted to step away from competing, for me, like I said, it was a no-brainer. I mean, she's the perfect person to take over, and I hope she feels the same way.
Of course. I love you, James. You're like my uncle. I call you Uncle James.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a fan asking about Lacy von Erich, who is starting with SWE in Carthage. Jazz, do you have any insight into if she's actually going to be getting into the ring on that event? And did you have anything to do with bringing her back? She's been out of wrestling for a while now.
Yes, but unfortunately, I don't have an answer to if she's going to be actually in ring performing as of right now. But she'll most definitely be there. And if she gets the bug and get that itch and want to get back in there, the ring will be set up, and it'll be ready for her to actually step in and do her thing.
So when you took over the women's division, what were some of your goals, and what are some of your goals as we continue to move on here with SWE getting more and more popular all the time, to keep expanding this women's division and make it maybe the best women's division in the country?
Well, there you said it. It was all about expanding, just reaching out. I've been reaching out to girls all over the world. I mean, I've been in contact with girls from the UK, reached out to me, want to come out here and train and wants to be a part of SWE. It's all about, we're just excited for us to be able to have a platform We just want to showcase our talent, and I say we because I still feel like I'm still just as big a part of it as if I'm in the ring, being on the backside of it. So yeah, we're just all about having that platform to showcase, our talent and our skills, and we're so grateful for SWE for allowing that, us this opportunity.
Now, there's a fan on here asking about Rodney Piper's daughter, Teal, who is going to be at both of the February events in Irving as well as Carthage. What are your thoughts on her coming into the women's division? Both of your thoughts.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, James.
Well, I honestly, I don't know. I don't know her. I knew her dad, but I don't know her. My understanding is she's really kind of just new at the sport and beginning. I'm not sure what stage she's at right now, if she's really ready to compete or not. I really don't know. That's something we'll have to find out from her. I know that they contacted us about coming in, or she did, about coming in, and of course, we wanted to have her here out of respect for her dad as much as anything else. But we'll find out, I guess, where she is. I mean, Jazz may know more about that than I do.
No, not too much. I know she reached out and she wants to come in. Most definitely do an appearance and some signings, But like James said, she's as I know of right now, she's not actually doing any kind of in-ring performances right now, but hopefully in the near future, I've met her once and she was actually, pretty cool. So I'm anxious to, to sit down and chat with her and actually work with her again.
Well, I can say this, if she does have that desire to compete and she wants to compete in SWE, then she's got the right lady right there to get her ready for it. I'll tell you that.
Yes. And we would love to have her out here in San Antonio and work with her too.
Yes,
we would love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have that dojo in San Antonio, the Dog Pound Dojo with Thunder Rosa, and of course your husband Rodney Mack.
Yes,
that's what I was going to say. If there's some girls out there that are guys too, for that matter, anyone who wants to get into this to compete in wrestling and they feel like they need some training or want to at whatever level, even if you started already, you want to polish yourself off or whatever. Jazz and Rodney and Thunder Rosa are as good a trainers as you're going to find anywhere, and they're ready to take you on. So contact them.
Most definitely.
And they have a Facebook page, Dog Pound Dojo, and all you got to do is search it. And above that, before most SWE Fury shows, I believe that you and Rodney Mack, and I think James even supervises this, you do a training seminar / tryout looking for new talent. So how can wrestlers become involved in that if they want to get noticed by SWE?
Well, really, all they have to do is contact SWE. I mean, Rodney and Jazz. Mark Henry is going to be involved in this also this time. So we bring in all the guns, as far as teaching goes, and there'll be some other guys from our roster that'll be there. So you're going to get some awfully good training if you come to the camps that we provide before every taping, and we've actually used people from those camps on our TV. So it's a good opportunity.
And I just think it's such a great opportunity to actually come in and showcase what you have, but to have people like the Kevin Sullivans, the Teddy Longs, Mark Henry, James Beard, Rodney, myself, to critique your matches. So, I mean, I feel that it gets no better than that. If I was looking for somewhere to go wrestle and wanted to be seen, SWE is most definitely the place I'll be trying to get to.
That is for sure, especially with people like Mark Henry and Teddy Long attending the events, because I know Mark Henry is also a WWE talent scout, from my understanding.
Yes. Yeah, and the truth is, all of us have some connections to other places too. It's not just that, but absolutely. So that's a good place to get some exposure.
Yeah, I know
Mhm.
several of Jazz's girls are now appearing regularly for AEW, which maybe
Yeah.
Jazz can tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, thank goodness for Thunder Rosa with that connection up there. Yes, we felt we had three ladies. Jax was there, any ladies that we felt AEW reached out, and actually we had any ladies that we felt that was ready to go up, and we chose Maddie, Jasmine, and Vert Vixen. And they went up there and most definitely, you know, made a statement, and they've been invited to come back. So it looks pretty good.
Yeah, and all of those girls have appeared for SWE Fury as well. So that just goes to show you the competition. And of course, Jazz, you're now also in Impact Wrestling with Jordan Grace in a tag team, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, I am having a blast with that. Tagging was something totally different for me. I don't think I ever tagged in my 20 plus year career, but I'm actually having fun with it. I'm like, what was I thinking? I should have been tagging 15 years ago.
You were just beating two up at a time. That's what you were doing.
Yeah. Yes. Like, geez.
No,
I love tagging,
the,
and Jordan, you know, she's awesome to work with.
You know, the thing is we do have I don't know, we get froze up there for some reason. Are we still on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's me and you, James, for right now.
I guess it is. We're here. Yeah. I hope we're still on air. I don't know.
Oh, you are. You are. I was just taking myself out because you guys were talking.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, you know what I was going to say is that you know, SWE is not, you know, we're not trying to keep anybody back from doing something else if they want to go on to another place or another you know, AEW, NXT, whatever, Impact, whatever, you know, we're there to teach and to help, and you know, we're wanting the great talent in SWE for sure, but you know, we're reaching out for anybody to help them.
Yes.
Of course, you have some that are more dedicated than others, as I'm sure. I know Rodney Mack might want to go back to some of the bigger leagues, but it seems like he might be one of the guys. For instance, he's the TV champion now. He might want to be with SWE as it grows and becomes more of a player.
That's his plan. He's not planning on going anywhere.
I'd have to tie both of you down if you try to go somewhere right now.
Yeah, no, we're not going anywhere. SWE that's our home.
What do you think about your husband winning that TV title and the amazing performances that he's been giving in recent years?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to hear the actual truth from me, because you probably think I say great things about him just because he's my husband. But I mean, I, for one, most definitely knows his work ethic. There's not man that I ever seen work as hard as Rodney. I mean, he doesn't stop. He's in the gym 7 days a week. I've had to tap out a few times on him. Like, I just I can't keep up with him anymore. But
we talked about Rodney a little bit last week. You know, he may be in better shape now than he's ever been. Yeah, he's we're not calling it a comeback for sure, but he's most definitely making his statement in SWE, and he ain't planning on going anywhere. So as the Rainbow Challenge awaits, I just feel bad for all challengers.
That's true. And another potential women's challenger to that women's title would be, of course, Eddie Guerrero's daughter, Shaw Guerrero, that's coming into SWE. Yeah. Any thoughts on her? I'm sure you had something to do with her coming in.
Yeah, Shaw, I've actually seen her wrestle a couple of times. So she's she says she's, you know, training, working hard. She's ready to because, you know, she's coming back from an injury. She's been in the ring for a few years. I think it was 5 or 6 years she was out due to an injury. So she's making her return, and I'm thankful that she's choosing SWE to come back and let it be known that she's returning back to wrestling, and she's ready to be a part of SWE Fury family.
I tell you what, I've worked with every Guerrero except for Gory, and if she's anything like the rest of them, she's going to be a talented lady.
She's definitely
she's got some fire.
She looks like it. 82 Atlantic wants to know, Jazz, if you consider yourself a pioneer for African American female wrestlers.
Yes, I'm one of. I would consider myself one of. I'm not the only, but I am one of. Yes.
And Mike Payne wants to know, Jazz, is there any chance of seeing Thunder Rosa back in SWE Fury? I believe you wrestled her on the very first SWE TV taping that is posted.
Yes. We're most definitely, I'm hoping, she's on the contract with NWA, and that's the only thing that's holding Thunder Rosa back right now. So once, all that is settled, or whatever she's got to do with the NWA, she'll most definitely come back to SWE. She's wanting to come back now. It's just, with contracts, you're only allowed to do so many things. So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa has been a big help with us. Where we partnered with Mission Pro, her promotion down there, and it's been a great association so far, and I'm very proud of our relationship with Thunder Rosa. And I wish she could compete in an SWE ring, and maybe someday before too long she'll be able to do that. The sad part of it is they kind of missed the big matchup between you and her, and when you're really competing, and that's sad. But I could tell you this story. When I was running the NWA back here several years ago, we had an NWA event up in New York, and I brought Jazz in. She had the NWA title at that time, and Thunder Rosa challenged her for that title. And I remember very well when Rosa walked out of the ring, she looked at me and she said, "I've never been in a match like that before." and I think it kind of set her on a path to really learning how to compete in a different way. And she's man, I'm so proud of that girl.
Yes, I love her to death. She brought that up the other night in training. She was like, "Yeah, the first time I worked Jazz, I asked her what she want to do. She said, we'll handle that in the ring." I didn't discuss anything. I'm like,
it was a bit of a culture shock.
Circle. Yes.
So we know that in WWE and some other companies, matches a lot of the times are very choreographed. Obviously, that's not something SWE is looking to do.
No, we're looking
for the girls to go out there and first of all and have fun, and most definitely let it be known that it's a competitive match. But go out there and have fun. Just feel the moment, and enjoy it.
Yeah, we're looking for competition for sure. That type of individual that's willing to get in there and do that, and male or female. And we're very proud of the people that we've had in the ring in SWE so far, and we intend to continue to look for that kind of competitor.
Yes, it's constantly growing day by day.
Absolutely.
Kevin Wynn is asking Jazz, what's the most difficult thing to teach a new wrestler about the wrestling business?
It's nothing that's very difficult. I mean, it's day to day, and everyone's going to be on a different level when you're teaching. So it's not like we try to teach them everything that we know for sure. But as far as difficulty, I mean, the business itself is difficult. Once we get them to understand that, they come in there, the first thing they want to worry about is their gimmick, their character, their name. It's like develop into that. Stop trying to be somebody that you're not. Just get in there and just let it just come natural. So that's probably the most difficult thing right there, I would say I take that back. That's probably the most difficult thing right there. Is just trying to get them to understand is don't try to just be something that you're not. Let your character be, you become your character.
And
I think one of the hardest, I think one of the hardest things in training is getting them to understand that repetition really makes a big difference. You know, they get bored sometimes because you keep telling them to do this over and over and over again until it's natural. It's just instinct, and that's a hard thing for somebody who's young to stay with. They want to go off into this next step, you know, and they're not ready for it yet. And sometimes it's hard to hold them back, you know. But that you know, repetition is a very, very important thing. When I was teaching over in Japan, if they could just see what those guys have to go through there, it's just thousands and thousands of those.
We wouldn't have any students if we train like that. We wouldn't have any students.
Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of them would probably leave the first day, but that, you know, it takes that kind of dedication to get where you want to go. And you were talking about Steve Austin earlier, and that's the kind of dedication he had, and that's what you got to have.
You know, and it's just different. You know, a lot of these kids today, they've never been outside and played outside. So, you know, they're coming in. This is like Greek to them, you know, like have you ever thrown a ball, any kind of ball, you know, have you ever catched a ball, any kind of ball? It's just, you know, it's a lot of gamers now, you know, it's just they're not used to physicality. So once they see that it's a lot of physicality in this, then they have to sit back and say, oh, is this for me? Or are they going to say, oh, this is not for me? So I think you never know which direction they're going to take.
Yeah, that's true. And that goes back to what you were asking about earlier about Mark Calloway's comments. I think that's a big difference in the I guess the generational gap we have sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should ask Jazz. I'm sure the fans would want to know your thoughts on that too, especially as a trainer, about The Undertaker recently calling the current crop of WWE wrestlers soft.
I most definitely agree. I can't say I disagree. You know, it's different now. You know, when Rodney and I had our school back here 10, 15 years ago, we had to tell the guys, like, if you think those guys ain't laying, you know, those forms in, then you you just have no idea. But now, you know, you lay something in, they think you're shooting on them, you know, it's like, or they've called it now strong style. And that's just all I've ever known, was to be a little rough and a little rugged. So so I agree with it 100%.
Now, Amber Nova is coming to SWE for the first time. She's wrestled in NXT and for Impact. Is this someone that you've been watching and decided to bring in as well, Jazz?
Actually, she reached out to us. So we were excited about that. Once I heard she reached out to us, I most definitely went back and reviewed some of her matches, and it's like, man, totally excited for Amber Nova to come in SWE. So yes, we're getting them from all over. So we're if we're not making the contacts with them, they're reaching out to us. So that just let it be known that, you know, there are girls and guys reaching out that want to be a part of SWE. So we don't really have to go out and look for many. They're coming to us as well. And we're excited for Amber Nova to be one of those chosen ones to have picked up the phone and reach out to us to be a part of it. So I'm excited to have her here.
Another one is Renee Michelle, who I did an interview with a couple of weeks ago. What are your both of your thoughts on Renee Michelle coming in? She's appeared for WWE and Impact, I believe, as well. She's pretty known on the independent scene.
Yes, I reached out to Renee Michelle because my first week up there at Impact, I actually did a tag match against her. It was myself and Jordan against her and another girl from the UK. We tagged, and I kind of checked her out then. I was like, I kind of like it, Renee. and she's just a cool person. So she's most definitely one of the girls that I wanted to be a part of SWE.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about her. I'm excited to meet her and see how she competes here.
Yes.
So this is the part of the podcast. I'll put the shirt up again. The SWE Fury management wanted me to ask a question, and the first fan to answer this right will get a shirt. If you write it in the comments, who did Jazz defeat to win the SWE Fury title? You guys can answer in the comments. And in the meantime, Jazz, another staple of SWE is this Malaya Hosaka, who appeared in WTW. She's another tough customer. What are your thoughts on her? Both of yours thoughts?
Malaya,
Malaya
wow, I've been knowing
time.
Malaya probably for over 20 years. My first time going over to Japan, it was actually Malaya. I was in ECW at the time, and they needed somebody to go over there with me because I was green as the grass outside. I had never gone to too many states, yet known in a different country. So Malaya was the one that was I was lucky to have to go over there with me to Japan. So I've been knowing her for some years now, and I love Malaya. You know, she's old school. She's all about helping and giving back. You know, so we're both kind of working towards the same goal here in SWE.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons
better in our women's division.
Yeah, absolutely. We need girls like that, ladies like that in our women's division, because sometimes you have to have leaders, and she's a leader for sure. And she's a former NWA champion also. So she's got some skins on the wall herself, and just a great competitor.
Yeah.
We have Kevin Wynn is the first to answer Miranda Gordy. Is that correct, Jazz?
What was the question?
Who did you defeat for the SWE women's title?
No, that is not
correct. Okay, guys, keep answering. Two people said Miranda Gordy. So the shirt is still up for grabs, everybody. That was before I became affiliated with you guys, so I don't even know the answer.
Do you remember, Jazz?
Three, even another one for Miranda. So here we go. T. Richie is saying Thunder Rosa. Is that right?
I believe that one's right.
Yes.
I believe that one's right. Thunder Rosa. Her and I both was going up for the title, correct? Am I correct, James?
Yes, I think you're correct.
Yeah, I believe that is the very first episode, and I believe that is on both the Hannibal TV and SWE YouTube channel.
That's right. That was at the very first taping that we did. And
first.
Thunder Rosa was there, and it was quite a match, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Well, congratulations, T. Richie. You can message me your address to greatnorthwrestling@gmail.com, and SWE Fury will get a shirt out to you. Another lady manager, I guess, who's also a wrestler that's making her SWE Fury debut February 6th is Selena De La Renta, is going to be managing the Blood Hunter against Just Incredible. Jazz, is there any chance that we could see Selena actually in the ring in a match in SWE in the future?
Well, she's most definitely capable of having a match, but I know she's coming in to manage this particular time, but you never know. She might feel a little froggy that night. You never know. But like I said, I know she's most definitely capable. She's an awesome competitor in ring, and she's a great manager. So I don't know what her and we'll see if Just Incredible survives this match first before we can make a decision about her doing anything else.
I do know this, anybody who's a competitor, at some point, if they're around other people who compete, they're going to want to get involved. It just happens, so it would shock me. Yeah, well, it would shock me at some point that she didn't get involved in wrestling in SWE.
Yes. I tell you one thing, I still get that itch, man, but it's just like, settle down, Jazz, settle down.
I know you do. I know you do.
Oh yeah.
You want to get in there and straighten somebody out.
Oh man, do I? Yes.
Now, Jazz, I don't know if you know who's even in it, but there's been a ton of fans asking for your predictions on here on who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble. So I'd be rude to ignore their questions.
I don't even know who's in it. But I'll tell you who I like.
Sure.
I like oh gosh, Bianca Belair. I'm a fan of hers for sure.
There was Melina. She was rumored to be re-signing with the WWE last year, but obviously for whatever reason that didn't work out. And I understand she's going to be at the February 27th Carthage event for SWE. I believe she's something like a 5-time women's champion. Is she a possibility for a future wrestler in SWE as well?
Oh, I wanted it so badly, but unfortunately, she won't be in ring competing at all. She has to have knee surgery. So, yeah, I've already tried that one, but I'm just happy to have her, just to be here with us. So, we're just gonna take what we get for right now. But once you get that knee fixed, you never know.
Yeah, she's a heck of a gal. I've met her a couple of times. Really nice lady, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again there. And I, hopefully if she does get her knee fixed, then if she doesn't go through with the deal with WWE, then maybe SWE will be a place she'll want to land. And if she does, that'd be great. Yeah,
there you go. Exactly.
So I guess that might answer why her WWE contract may not have worked. Maybe they were made aware of that knee issue, because she certainly should be there, in my opinion, because she was very talented.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Thompson is asking you a question here, Jazz. Is there anyone you never had the chance to work with that you wish you had had?
I've always said if I ever had the opportunity to go back to just out of my retirement, I would go back to have a match with Charlotte Flair.
Oh wow. That would be interesting. Yeah.
I love her style, and I just think her and I both would just have great chemistry in the ring together. We're both workers, so I think Charlotte and myself could really have a hell of a main event match.
I don't watch a lot of WWE, but I have seen enough. I've seen enough of her to know that she's a hard worker. She may have inherited a little of it, but she worked hard to get where she is.
Yes,
she's
exactly.
A lot of respect for that gal.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for her. I do.
Yeah.
Any chance of seeing Tessa Blanchard in SWE? I mean, she's got to be one of the most known independent talents out there.
But known for what? No, I'm kidding. I love Tessa. I love her to death, but I hear she's in works of signing with one of the companies, so I don't know if we'll ever get the chance to have her here in SWE.
Herb Simmons, who is a promoter in the St. Louis area, he's wondering if there's any chance of SWE coming to the Midwest.
I certainly hope so at some point. Again, it's the same old answer. When this COVID thing gets cleared up and we're able to do some things that we want to do, then I'm hoping that we'll be able to get out, spread out a little bit more. We definitely are concentrating more in our part of the country, the Southwest, but that's not to say we won't move out there and do a few shows here and there, and hopefully we'll get to see some of our old friends in the Midwest. And Herb is definitely one of them. He's one of the greatest promoters in the business. He's been doing it for, I don't know, I think 40-something years, and successful at it, and lots of respect for Herb, man. Lots.
Someone is saying, please come to Iowa too. Who knows for the future? But right now, Texas.
Hey, I'm coming. I'm coming to Iowa. I'll be in Iowa this next summer if everything goes the way it's supposed to go. I'll be there for the Thez Tragos Hall of Fame, and I was there a couple of years ago. One that didn't get to have it last year, but I'm definitely coming back for that. So I'm looking forward to that. A lot of good friends up in Iowa, and we got an Iowa boy coming on the show. Haven't even talked about that. I can't believe that. James Jeffries will be here on the 6th in Irving. He's a heck of a competitor, man. I'm telling you, not a big guy, but he will go. You guys are going to enjoy watching this guy.
Now, we can't forget to talk about the SWE Fury app, which Jazz is probably familiar with. They're actually sponsoring this podcast, and they're going to put the audio version of this podcast on the SWE Fury app.
Oh, cool.
From what I understand. So is there anything you guys want to say about the SWE Fury app?
On you, James. Knock it out. Oh, look, you know how tech savvy I am. You know, yeah, I know.
My baby had to help me get on so I could be on here with you guys tonight.
I understand so well. Jazz and I are wrestling people. We don't know anything about pushing buttons, and but I do know this. I know the app is something that we're really excited about. A lot of things, a lot of potential for that app. The things that we can do, interaction with the fans. A lot of information, things that we're just getting started with it, really. I know, and thank God there's people smarter than me running it. So I think Randy Klein is the main guy doing that, and he knows all about all that kind of stuff. And I'm very happy to see that we have people working on that side of things that can help push SWE. Yeah. If they want to know about wrestling, then Jazz and I can talk about that, but we can't talk much about anything else.
Has the March date been officially announced yet, or is that still?
Yes. March the 20th in Canton, Texas. Yes, we're going back to Canton. That's where we started, and we're going to go back and do something bigger and better there this time for sure.
Good.
Can we see the continuation? This is a question for both of you, of more like internationally known stars in SWE Fury that we're going to be seeing in February 6th, February 27th moving forward? Because in the past you've had some here and there, but it seems like you guys have really stacked these February shows with a lot of talent that's known not only in Texas but all over the world.
We're most definitely trying to keep consistency with this women's division. So like I said, I'm reaching out to women every day, and some are reaching out to SWE Fury. So we're most definitely trying to bring in a diverse of girls here to SWE.
Yeah, well, same thing on the men's side. We're gonna continue to bring in some people that people are familiar with, but we're also going to be building some of our own people. And hopefully, we're hoping they take the bait and go for it. But we're going to give them every opportunity to do that. But yes, SWE is going to. We're going to try to have people from all our competitors from all over. I would love to have some more from our southern border side, down there, and we're looking for my Japanese, everybody, anybody that wants to compete. SWE is going to be the place to come to, and my guess is they're reaching out to us about that.
Yeah, and also with us teaming up with Mission Pro, the women's side is going to get stronger and stronger. Thunder Rosa and I, she's talking about some girls from Puerto Rico, Japan. So so Texas will see a lot of international stars coming through.
And Jazz may know more about this. I heard some talk being made that there's possibility that the Mission Pro title will be defended in Carthage on the 27th.
Yes, it will.
And if that's the case, and I'm assuming La Rosa still has that title.
La Rosa is still a Mission Pro Women's Champion. She will be there on the 27th. Not sure as who the opponent will be right now, but the Mission Pro Championship will be on the line February the 27th. And
Yeah,
we're
let me tell
ecstatic
you,
about that as well.
yeah, that
I love
girl
La
is,
Rosa.
yeah, she's something to see. I've known her a long time. Great gal, and whoa, what a
Yes,
competitor she is. Yeah,
she
absolutely.
is. She is.
Apparently, Tessa Blanchard's mother commented today that she'd be a good fit for SWE. One of the SWE office people just told me that because I guess they heard
Oh, okay.
talking about
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah,
to wrap
yeah.
it
Well,
up,
yeah. Well, you know, testing comes from a lineage there that's you know, they're competitors. I worked with Tully, her dad, and you know, he was a great one. He was one of the greatest, and you know, and her stepdad wasn't bad either. You know, so you know, Magnum, and you know,
Yes.
so she's got a lot of wrestling influence in that family, and got a lot of respect for them for sure. So we'll
For
you know, we'll see
sure.
what happens. You know, as far as the women goes, that's up to Jazz. That's Jazz deal.
I would love to have Tessa. Honestly, I just heard that she's in the midst of signing a contract with one of the others
Yeah,
promotions up there. So not sure,
and then
you know.
yeah, and that's always something that you have to deal with. You never know, you know,
Yeah.
and when we bring people in, for the most part, we hopefully bring people in, not male and female, that
Yeah.
that'll be here for a while, and
Yes.
and that does have some influence on whether we bring them in or not.
Yes. Looking for longevity.
yeah, well, I guess time will tell on that, but I can see, of course, why one of those bigger companies are going to try to scoop her up really fast. But to wrap this up, is there anything you guys want to say about the upcoming events February 6th in the Dallas area, Irving, Texas, and then February 27th, the big East Texas WrestleFest in Carthage, Texas?
Well, I'll let Jazz finish it up, but I just for me, I'm really excited about both of these events. You know, the thing in Irving, it's going to be a big deal. You know, it's you got some great matches lined up already, and the WrestleFest in Carthage. I mean, it speaks for itself. You know, the first time Terry Funk will be in a wrestling event, and I don't know how long, and he's planning on being with us from now on. So I'm excited to see Terry come in and become part of the SWE family, and all those other greats that are going to be there for that one. And I didn't want to forget about La Rosa defending that
Yes.
Mission Pro title there. I mean, that I'm glad we thought about that, because that's a very special thing that's coming up too, and
Yes.
you're gonna see somebody that can really compete with that gal.
Yeah.
And someone's also reminding me Mil Mertes or Mortes. I don't know how you say it.
Yes,
He's also
yes,
coming to that.
that's correct. Yeah, another guy I've worked with in the past that's a heck of a competitor from south of the border, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again. And you know, I'll let Jazz finish it off. She's our special guest anyway.
It's not much more I can say. Both shows are, man, the cards are stacked. I'm ecstatic for both sides, the women and the men division for both shows. February the 6th. I'm anxious to see our women's champion and all the other newcomers that's coming in here on the women's division, and also the men. The Sweetheart Brawl. Oh my God. That there is just, woo, that's the icing of the cake right there. So I'm ready to get to this February the 6th so we can get to the February 27th show.
It is exciting.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to both shows, man. I think February is really going to be a mark that we'll be making to where that it's going to be big shoes to fill for March and April after February shows.
Yeah.
So, James, you better get to work.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I've got good people working with me, and I'm not worried about it one bit. You know, that's the thing about SWE. There's a lot of good people behind the scenes working, and then you know, they put us and Teddy and Kevin out in front there, and then Terry coming up pretty soon. You couldn't ask for a better crew and a better working partners, and you know, I'm excited about the future. You know, we're just getting started, man. If we can just get this COVID thing out of the way, you know, no telling where we're going to go.
So where can wrestlers contact each of you if they're interested in joining SWE? And also, where could fans follow you guys if they want to keep up to date with everything you're doing?
Well, I don't mess with Instagram too much, but I'm on there, but I don't even know the I don't somebody else runs that for me. But I'm mostly on Facebook, which is under my shoot name, Carlene Begno. You can also hit me on Twitter, which is Phenom_Jazz. You can also reach me SWE Fury TV.com through their website. So the Dog Pound Dojo.com. So I mean, you most definitely can get in touch with me if you need to.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't get on Instagram a lot. I've got an account there and Twitter and all that stuff, but I don't know how to use them. I am on Facebook sometimes. I just mainly just there for promoting what we're doing.
Yeah,
that's the main thing. And I guess the best way to get in touch with us is probably through SWE. So do that. Mm-hmm. But you know, I'm not hiding from anybody. If you want to find me, I can be found.
Yes.
Very good. Well, thanks for joining us on this Inside SWE podcast. It's going to be every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. on the SWE Fury YouTube channel. Make sure you people subscribe to it. The full TV shows are now airing there on Mondays, as well as every Tuesday. They're going to air here on the Hannibal TV. This podcast streams in both places, and soon it's also going to be on the SWE Fury app. So, Jazz, you can promo us out of here since you're the future Hall of Famer.
Promo you out of here. Oh, God, you caught me off guard with that one. Oh, wow. Oh, man. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Hannibal TV. And be sure to watch SWE Fury TV. What is it, Tuesday nights? That's right, James. Tuesday night.
This podcast is every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. I don't know what time all these other people are.
The TV show airs at 8 o'clock. The podcast is at 9. So
yeah, he's up in Canada though. He's not on our Central Time. So we got to get it straight. Yeah,
an hour earlier Central.
There you go. Yeah. But
so I messed my promo up, Hannibal. You're gonna have to take us out.
All right. Well, for Jazz and James Beard, make sure you guys order James Beard's book. By the way, it's on Amazon. And if you're an aspiring wrestler, go to Jazz's Dog Pound Dojo. Look it up on Facebook. I can tell you right now, the talent is top notch coming out of there. So have a good night, everyone. And thanks both of you for joining me.
Good night.
Thank you.